Continue with question 35. Kelly's grandfather had stayed with them for 2 weeks.
2 weeks after her grandfather left, Kelly continued to explore the hills on her own every day, being 35, keenly aware of the surroundings after what she had learned from her grandfather. 36.
The answer for 35 is J. Sorry.
One of her trips, she was struck by a bolt of lightning. Kelly was lucky to survive, losing only one of her left toenails.
Okay, she had learned from grandfather dash one of her trips. The answer is E. She was struck by a bolt of lightning.
She came round at the hospital. She told her parents about a very rare plant that her grandfather had mentioned to her. 37. They were unable to find during their trips to the hills together. She had finally found it at the spot. 38. She was hit, she claimed. Editing for spelling and grammar. Each of the underlined words contained.
Okay, let's see. What is J, E, H, and D? J is more. Let's write down the words to the alphabet. E is on. H is but. And D, what's D? D is where? Okay, shall we read it again? Kelly had been exploring the hills behind her house even before her paternal father's side grandfather came to stay with them a week ago. She would gather several books, plop herself under a shady tree, and read for the whole afternoon. It was paradise to her. Kelly soon found out that the hills had more to offer her than just solitude and peace. Her grandfather had excitedly introduced her to the trees, plants, flowers, and animals when he went along with her to the hills after lunch one afternoon. He explained the different types of flora and fauna and could even name some of their medicinal value. That night, Kelly wrote a Chinese proverb in the diary about how having the elderly around the house would open up a treasure trove. This was so true, Kelly had thought. Kelly's grandfather had stayed with them for 2 weeks. After her grandfather left, Kelly continued to explore the hills on her own every day, being more keenly aware of the surroundings after what she had learned from her grandfather. On one of her trips, she was struck by a bolt of lightning. Kelly was lucky to survive, losing only one of her left toenails. When she came around the hospital, she told her parents about a very rare plant that her grandfather had mentioned to her, but they were unable to find during their trips to the hills together. She had finally found it at the spot where she was hit by the bolt of lightning. Okay, she claimed.